Hi, I'm Ross Benjamin of sportsmemo.com. And I got an NBA free pick for you today in the Minnesota Denver game. And, you got to be real careful going down the final stretch of the NBA regular season here because a lot of teams are playing for nothing. And a lot of teams have their seed already locked up. Not a lot, but a few of these teams have their seeds locked up already, and they really can't improve upon it. Other teams don't care what seed they have as long as they get to the finish line of the regular season healthy going into the playoffs. And if you don't believe that, look what happened with Milwaukee last night with Giannis getting hurt, and who knows how long he'll be out for. So you got to be careful. You really have to pinpoint some situations where there's a lot at stake for both teams, and you're going to get an honest effort from both clubs. And I believe that we have that type of situation tonight in the Minnesota Denver game, just based on the fact that both of these teams right now are tied for the number one seed in the Western Conference. And, as we all well know, the number one seed in either East or West will get you home court advantage throughout the conference playoffs. So very important game there. And I'm about to give you the analysis and free pick on why I like the game. So before that, let me just touch on a couple things. 10-4 were our last 14 free pick videos. That's great, and I'm glad for each and every one of you who have followed my advice over that time. And I would ask that you kindly just give me a like on today's video because of those results, number one, or just because you've enjoyed the videos and watching my breakdowns and knowing that I'm giving you an honest effort to try to put you in the best situation to win. Also, $29 will get you a 3-day pass for myself at Sports Memo. That's a discount offer, folks. That's less than $10 a day. These likes are all great. Your nice comments are all great. I'm not going to go into detail any further than say it's pretty important at this point that we see a couple of you, instead of hitting that like button, spend $29. Get my next 3 days of premium paid selections. And you could do that by hitting the 3-day pass at sm.buzz/RB. It's my direct page at Sports Memo. Clicking on the 3-day pass. And then at checkout, just putting in the promo code RB3Day. It's RB3Day. And that will get you 3 days of premium selections from yours truly for just $29. 2-1 in the NBA last night with my NBA premium plays. Both winners were totals. So on a 5-1 run right now with NBA totals, my NBA sides have been terrific since April 11th of last year. 76 and 51 on NBA sides. That's good for 60%. My Major League Baseball selections, just 5-4 so far this year, sort of ho-hum, and we're going to improve upon that number. And going back to August 4th of last year, my Major League Baseball picks, 59 and 34. That's good for 63%, folks. And right now, since March 19th, all sports on a 33 and 19 run, which is good for 61%. So go to sm.buzz/RB. Click on the 3-day pass, put in your promo code RB3Day, and let's win some money. Pay a little to make a lot, just $29. All right, let's get to the free pick that we're going to discuss. And Timberwolves at the Nuggets right now. Denver's a 5.5 point total, or 5.5 point favorite, and the total is 212.5. Both of these teams identical 55 and 24 records. Both sit atop the Western Conference standings for the number one seed. Lurking right behind them is the Oklahoma City Thunder, who is 54 and 25, just one game behind both teams. So in terms of importance, this certainly qualifies from what I just discussed with you before. Both of these teams will be playing with no rest. And here's the thing. I like to look at teams, how they do in situations with no rest, especially this late in the year. And Minnesota has played 7-0 to the over this year when playing with no rest, and the total being 217.5 or less, like it is tonight. Those 7 games, the total was an average total of 212, and there was a combined 222.4 points scored per game. Denver has gone 5-1 to the over in their last 6 when the total has been 218 or less. Now, the Nuggets, their average totals have been significantly higher than that of Minnesota, because Minnesota's one, if not the top, but one of the top defensive teams in the NBA today. Denver's not bad, but in terms of consistency, Minnesota's been much better defensively throughout the course of the year. So they very rarely get into these totals where we're seeing like tonight, 212.5. So Minnesota offensively over their last 5 games, 118 points scored per game, 48.5% shooting, 41.6% from beyond the three-point line. That's awfully good, folks. In Denver over their last 5, similar numbers, 118.6 points scored per game, 50.7% from the field, and 44.4% from beyond the three-point line. So we have 2 teams that are scoring around 118 points per game over their last 5. Both teams shooting around 50% from the floor, and both teams excellent from beyond the three-point line of late. This is also a Minnesota team. I alluded to the fact that they're very good defensively. They've allowed 106.2 points per game this year. And since the start of the 2021-2022 season, when Denver faces an opponent that only allows 108 points or less per game, and they're playing at home, those games have gone 18-5 to the over. So goes to show you, when they're playing good defensive teams at home, as dynamic as Denver could be offensively, the totals pull back. And when those totals pull back and come down, the Nuggets still play at a very high rate over the total. And a matter of fact, that same trend with Denver over the last 3 seasons, when playing at home against good defensive teams like Minnesota, if it's game 42 or beyond, that number improves to 11-2 over the total, with combined 237.3 points scored per game. I'm going to take Minnesota and Denver over 220, or excuse me, over 212.5. That's Minnesota, Denver, over 212.5. I'll be back tomorrow with another NBA free selection right here on Wager Talk TV. Don't forget to give me a like, folks. Take care and God bless.